Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. I'm playing video series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink this stuff, and folks, I'm gonna talk about stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I'm on a good path right now with the place that I'm trying out for these reviews, so we're hoping. We got one for one. Let's make it two for two. I'm excited, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, wearing super cool shirts. I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing today? Well, I've had this one for a few years now. Boom! It's my cold shirt. Specifically from their Broken Human tour of 2016. Or 2019. Yeah, man, Cold is a band. They've been around for quite a while now, since at least the mid-90s. Started out with a self-titled debut that, gained them a little recognition. Eventually, they kind of were able to build up and do some stuff. They went over there, they had a couple albums, 13 Ways to Bleed on Stage, Year of the Spider. Those were probably their most commercially successful ones. And it's kind of funny because probably the song that they're most known for is a song called Stupid Girl. And it's actually co-written by the dude from Weezer, the Rivers Cuomo. It's one of those things where you can kind of tell that the lead singer of Cold probably wishes that wasn't the song that he's best known for, even though it's a good song. It has it's got a good beat to it and everything. But yeah, I've been a big fan of these guys for a while. So much so I've seen them perform live a few times now. I even have videos of said performances that are also on this channel, because aside from doing food stuff, I also just, upload concert videos and stuff because I think they're neat. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, as I said, we're on a path right now because I just got through reviewing some delicious empanadas from, boom, Moncho's Cafe here, which is a Cuban / Peruvian, or not Peruvian, Puerto Rican place. I apologize, by the way, if I've ever mispronounced it in the other review. I'll try to keep that in my head. But anyway, so yes, I went over there, had some delicious empanadas to start out my meal, and I saw that they had an item on there that I was like, I gotta get in on this because it's a Brandon Wenzel item. So what is it, folks? What are we doing here? Boom! It's a fucking Cubano sandwich. Yes! I love a Cubano sandwich. You can see the thing. We'll try to get a thing for the thing. Can we get a thing for the thing? Ha 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 ha! Cubano sandwich. Sure, man. What is a Cubano sandwich, besides being one of my absolute favorite sandwiches? Well, Moncho's Cubano sandwich, because I have learned that the Cubano sandwich does vary a bit depending on where you go. It is pork, ham, cheese, pickles, mayo, and mustard. It also cost me actually, how much was it? Because I got the thing here. $8.95. Actually, less than what I'd originally written down. So, I'm super excited. Get to one of my favorite sandwiches of all time. Alright. Nice and melty. Ham and the pork are really tasty and good. Got that salty savoriness going on. Very down with that. That's one of the beautiful things about Cubano. It's a simple sandwich, fundamentally. But it has a lot going on. It has a lot of different flavors working together to create, the beauty that is the Cubano. That's really good, man. And they use kind of a French bread kind of thing. It's almost sort of panini style. There we go. Getting a little bit more into it. Got some of the pickle going now. Which y'all know if you watch my channel, I'm not the biggest pickle guy in the world. But in the right circumstance, pickles can be great. pickles work in a Cubano because, again, it just adds another level of flavor and to not pushing other flavors out of the way. That's the thing that I, kind of take issue with pickles usually. But no, it's really good. I'm loving the pork, man. So for the cheese is interesting because, like, again, I've had different variations on it depending on where you go. A lot of them use American cheese, but then I found out that that's not like a crucial, thing. It can be kind of whatever cheese. So, this is almost like a mozzarella maybe, which works. And I will say, I'm not saying that American cheese is better than mozzarella cheese, but I will say that I do think the instances in the past where I've had the Cubano that have used the American cheese, I think personally works a little bit better. American cheese is just, it's not for everybody, but man, you use it in the right things, it melts great. But this is still very good. I think the pork is definitely the highlight. That's some very solid pork. And, you just get the hip. You get that little bit of tanginess from the mayo and the mustard. This is a good Cubano. That pork is fucking phenomenal. Pork is really good. Ham is really good. Every now and again you get a hit, from the pickle, that kind of vinegary kind of taste. Yeah, man, there's a good, the bread is really good. Clearly I'm enjoying myself. So here's the thing. I like it. It's a very good sandwich. Is it my favorite Cubano sandwich that I've had? No, but that's not due to lack of quality. That's just due to, again, personal preference. Because, again, depending on where I've gone, I've had different variations on the sandwich. I think for me personally, I do like the American cheese version. One thing I will say, it's a little bit of a criticism. I could have used a little bit more mustard. Because I'm not a huge mustard guy, but mustard is one of those things on the Cubano. It gives it this, like, real nice extra zinginess to it. And there is some mustard there, for sure. You do get a little zing. But I do think a little bit more, personally, for me, would have helped kind of make it, because that just kind of helps liven up the sandwich. But I will say, I think that this is definitely some of the best pork I've ever had on a Cubano sandwich. It's really, really good. Definitely the highlight. And the ham was solid ham. Everything about it was very good. Again, it was just kind of my personal preferences sort of playing a role. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes, somewhat of an asterisk, and yes, somewhat of an asterisk. So for myself personally, again, I think if I was coming back to Moncho's, because they do have a nice menu, and I'm fully intending to go through it as time goes by. I have one more item to review for them. I think it would be a little bit before I would get back to the Cubano, because I do want to go through their menu more. But I do think that if I headed my way back to Moncho's, I would get a Cuban every now and again. Might not be my go-to Cubano sandwich, because again, just personal preferences. But at that same time, this is a Cubano sandwich that, at least, so far, I can only get at Moncho's, the way that it's prepared and everything. And there is a lot to be said for that. So, yeah, I would definitely get it again, even if, again, it wouldn't be my go-to Cubano. By that same token, if I'm recommending it to people, it is going to depend on what your personal, variation of it is, if you have any preconceived notions going in, like I do. But not everybody does. Maybe you're trying it out for the first time. If you try it out for the first time, it's a great Cubano sandwich. It's just, again, a little bit different than some of the ones that I've had in the past. And, that just gives you all the more reason to go over there, try out other places, compare and contrast. Because, again, for me, this isn't something where it's an issue of the way it's been put together or anything like that. It's just, again, I just have certain personal things that I've been, had in the past that I prefer a little bit. But it is a very good sandwich. Anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly Cubano sandwich-tastic rest of your life. Because, damn it, man, Cubano sandwiches are really good. Like, regardless of anything, this is going to be a banging-ass lunch for me today. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, are not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. We don't always have Cubano sandwiches readily available for us to go over there and just, help make the day better. I mean, I kind of do. Because I live near, like, a lot of really nice restaurants. And now I have Moncho's as well. So, one more spot. That is one of the only downsides to expanding and, like, finding all these new food spots is, like, now there's conflict. Because it's like, well, typically if I was out this way, I do have a certain spot I would go to. But now I have that spot and I have Moncho's. So I have options, but I could eat out every single day for every meal of the day, and I still wouldn't be able to get out to all the places that I love. But anyway, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you've got a particularly favorite sandwich of your own. And maybe you're like, Brandon, you've totally got to try out this sandwich. It's made from, like, cactus plant and rutabaga and Iberico ham and royal honey. Yes. And you need to try it. I mean, okay, I could give it a go. But it seems like one of those things I'm probably going to have to construct versus something I could just go out and get. Unless you happen to know a place that sells that specific sandwich. Or conversely, I'll try pretty much, well, I won't try anything. But I'll give most things a shot. So, and if you've got anything that you want me to see me try, I'll give it a go when I can get around to it. Bye.